Welcome to our video, Oil and Gas Win Big. Trump ends drilling bans and LNG export restrictions. In this episode, we delve into the significant policy changes that could reshape the energy landscape as offshore drilling bans are reversed and LNG export permit processing resumes. We'll explore industry perspectives on these shifts, the anticipated benefits for importing nations, and the potential economic impact on energy prices domestically. Join us as we navigate the complexities of these developments, including expected legal challenges and environmental concerns. 1. Reversal of offshore drilling ban. In a significant move, President Donald Trump signed an executive order lifting restrictions on oil and gas drilling in the Arctic and along extensive areas of the U.S. coastline. These areas were previously protected under the Biden administration, with the aim of preserving sensitive marine environments and reducing carbon emissions. However, the Trump administration saw these restrictions as impediments to economic growth and energy independence. By reversing these bans, the administration aims to unleash the potential of untapped oil reserves, which could bolster the U.S. economy and reduce reliance on foreign oil. This policy shift is expected to create new opportunities for the oil and gas industry, which has long sought access to these rich offshore resources. Yet, this decision has also sparked significant debate among environmentalists and policymakers. 2. Resumption of LNG export permit processing. In addition to lifting offshore drilling bans, the Trump administration has resumed processing applications for new liquefied natural gas (LNG) export projects. This move reverses a prior moratorium that had put a halt to the development of new LNG facilities. The decision is seen as a strategic effort to enhance the U.S.'s role in the global energy market by increasing LNG exports. By resuming the permit process, the administration aims to support job creation and stimulate economic growth in regions dependent on the energy sector. The potential influx of LNG projects could lead to increased competition in the global market, benefiting U.S. producers and potentially lowering costs for importing nations. However, this policy change is not without its critics, who argue that it could lead to environmental consequences and potential market oversaturation. 3. Industry support for policy reversals. Major energy companies, including industry giants like ExxonMobil, have expressed strong support for the lifting of the moratorium on new LNG export facilities and the expansion of offshore drilling. These companies view the policy reversals as necessary corrections to what they perceive as previous policy errors. The energy sector has long advocated for fewer restrictions, arguing that such measures stifle innovation and competitiveness. By supporting these changes, the industry hopes to capitalize on new opportunities for growth and increased market share. Energy companies are optimistic that these policy shifts will not only enhance their production capabilities but also align with the administration's focus on achieving energy dominance. However, this enthusiasm is tempered by the need to navigate potential legal challenges and public opposition. 4. Anticipated benefits for LNG importing nations. Countries like India, which are major importers of liquefied natural gas, are anticipated to benefit significantly from increased U.S. LNG production. The resumption of LNG export projects could lead to more stable international LNG prices, making the resource more accessible to price-sensitive markets. This could be particularly beneficial for developing nations seeking affordable energy solutions to support their growing economies. By increasing the supply of LNG, the U.S. could help address global energy demand and contribute to energy security for importing nations. However, the impact on international markets will depend on various factors, including global demand, geopolitical dynamics, and the pace of new project development. 5. Legal challenges anticipated. The declaration of a national energy emergency to boost drilling and expedite pipeline construction is expected to face legal challenges. Environmental groups and other stakeholders have already signaled their intent to contest the order in court, citing concerns over environmental impact and regulatory overreach. Despite these anticipated challenges, legal experts believe that the order should withstand judicial scrutiny, given the broad executive powers granted to the president in matters of national energy policy. The outcome of these legal battles will be closely watched, as they could set important precedents for future energy policy decisions. The administration's confidence in its legal position suggests a strong commitment to pursuing its energy agenda despite potential obstacles. 6. Industry's positive outlook. The energy industry views the policy shifts as golden opportunities to enhance production and expand market reach. By lifting restrictions and resuming LNG export permit processing, companies can pursue new projects and explore previously inaccessible resources. This aligns with the administration's broader focus on energy dominance, which emphasizes maximizing domestic energy production and reducing reliance on foreign imports. Industry leaders are optimistic that these changes will lead to job creation, economic growth, and increased competitiveness in the global market. However, the industry must also navigate the complexities of regulatory compliance and public perception, as it seeks to capitalize on these new opportunities. 7. Environmental concerns raised. Environmental groups have voiced significant concerns regarding the recent policy changes, warning that they could lead to increased greenhouse gas emissions and environmental degradation. The lifting of drilling bans and the expansion of LNG export facilities are seen as steps backward in the fight against climate change. Critics argue that these policies could undermine efforts to reduce carbon emissions and transition to renewable energy sources. The potential impact on marine ecosystems and coastal communities is also a major point of contention. Environmentalists are calling for a balanced approach that considers both economic growth and environmental sustainability, advocating for stricter regulations and increased investment in clean energy alternatives. 8. Potential impact on domestic energy prices. The policy changes aimed at boosting production have sparked debate over their potential impact on domestic energy prices. Some experts suggest that increased exports could lead to higher prices for U.S. consumers, as domestic supply is redirected to international markets. This could have implications for households and industries reliant on affordable energy. However, proponents of the policy changes argue that increased production could offset potential price increases by ensuring a steady supply of energy resources. The actual impact on domestic prices will depend on a range of factors, including production levels, export volumes, and global market dynamics. As the U.S. navigates these policy shifts, the balance between domestic energy affordability and international competitiveness remains a key consideration.